activity, family activity, and my grandmother used to light the candles. It was a very nice, warm feeling on Friday nights.
You went every Friday night?
Just about every, I think we went over there every week for supper. And I remember my Aunt Helen and Betty walking me down the street. This was during the war. Walking down the street, and every time a young man dressed in a sailor uniform would come by, I was supposed to say something to the sailor to get them to look at Auntie Helen and Auntie Betty.
Oh my!
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and then they taught me a word. We'd be sitting in the car, and they'd be sitting next to me. This was mostly Helen and Betty that I remember. I guess Aunt Dorothy had children of her own. But Auntie Helen and Auntie Betty, they'd sit next to me in the car, and they'd say, "Unyanya, unyanya." You know what that means?
No.
Move over.
I remember that, of course.
And of course they babysat for me a lot, and one time they were at my parents' house having a party. They had a lot of their friends in, and my parents weren't there. And I was in a crib in the back bedroom. And my Aunt Helen and Aunt Betty came in the back bedroom with some cigarettes, and I was 2 years old. And they let me puff on a cigarette. Absolute truth.
When you were
Your mummy.
When you were 2
2 or 3.
What a
I was still in a crib. I was standing up in a crib in the back
Oh,
bedroom.
you know what it was? It was during the blitz. No, it was when Michael had a blitz, and I believe
That's child abuse.
Okay, I was 4. Excuse me, I was 4 years old. I was still in a crib, and it was at my brother's
That's
crib.
worse, giving you a cigarette at 4 years
They
old.
gave me a cigarette, and I got real sick.
You remember that?
Betty's the one
And let
that
me
did it.
see. My grandmother was a very heavy woman, very loving and caring, and loved to eat. She loved to eat and wanted everybody else to eat. And my grandpa, he was stern. He was very stern. And I also remember that backyard with the cement mixer and taking pictures by the garage and having all the bricks and the sand and just all the chazarai from the building business was there.
So you didn't really dread going there. I mean, it was.
Oh
it was
no,
fun to go
that
over
was
there.
my family. It was just all family, always. It was always pleasurable and great. And then all the
Remember
rest of
sitting on the steps all the time,
Sure.
sitting in the front steps?
And I remember, one memory I have of, we used to keep a shield when Uncle Al was in the Army. You'd put a little flag in the window that said, "We have someone that's serving," or "One is serving," which meant that he was in the war. And I remember him getting out of the cab. I cried. When he got home from the war, and he raced up to the sidewalk, and I was there at the steps, and he just grabbed me.
Oh.
Do you remember when he came home from the war?
Yes.
Yes, I don't remember that you were on the
He got
steps.
out of
I
the
was on
cab,
the
and I
side.
was standing outside, and he just grabbed me. He used to buy me nice presents.
What a shame!
He bought you a...
He bought me a beautiful bride china doll.
Yes.
I'll never forget china legs,
Yes.
porcelain legs, and a beautiful satin dress, and a beautiful porcelain face. I don't know what happened to it. It must be 50 years
You were
old.
like his favorite. Of course, you were the only one
I was
around
the
at
only
that
one.
time.
Yeah. I got a
Well,
lot of
you
his
used to write to
attention.
him in the Army, didn't you?
I don't
Did you
remember.
write letters to him?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I
you
just
cried
remember-
when you cried a lot when we took him down to deportation, remember? And you hung on to him, you wouldn't let him go, and you cried and cried and cried, but poor guy, he could hardly get on the bus to leave you, honestly, yeah. He was really
Yes, we were
upset.
pretty close.
Yeah, you were.
He was my only uncle.
Right.
Yeah. So I had those memories. And I remember him doing that Russian kazatska. He would get down on the ground and they'd put on the music and he and my grandfather would do that Russian dance. Oh, he was wonderful. He was wonderful. And what else? Anything else?
Do you have any other memories?
I remember Grandpa Dave in his bathroom shaving. He had a strap that hung from the bathroom. Oh, that,
What happened?
I don't
She
know.
hurt herself?
What happened, Sarah?
Come here, Rara. She's tired.
So you
He had
remember?
a strap that hung from the sink, and he would take his razor, and just go
Sharpen
like this,
it.
sharpen his razor. And then he'd lather up his face. He had a mug with soap in it. And he would take a brush, and in the olden days, this is how old I am, he would lather up, and he would just put all this wonderful lather over his face, and I would watch him shave.
With this horrible razor that.
Long, I know, it was a long, straight razor.
It was in a leather
Ah,
thing, right?
Leather
And it
coat?
folded.
that's right,
Yeah.
that's right, yeah.
Larry, do you remember? Do you have any memories of
Grandpa?
Grandma and Grandpa?
Well, I was 8 years old. Let's see. I remember Grandpa.
You were Grandma's favorite little boy, let me
you.
tell you, yes. She adored you.
Great.
Don't remember that.
No.
I remember
Well,
that.
I remember this.
No,
It still
you
hurts.
were the favorite grandchild, and all the other kids
She
were
used to
not.
pinch
Yeah,
so hard.
yeah. Did she really?
Harder than duvitape. For those who know
Yeah, but you
duvitape.
were the very favorite.
Grandpa, I remember, he used, when he'd come over to the house in Huntington Woods, he had this thing with his hands where he'd make it sound like a pony
Oh,
horse.
yeah, yeah, I remember him doing
I used to go
Oh,
into it.
he used to make a rabbit too out of a handkerchief. Did you ever do that? You knew how to do that? Do you remember that, Sharon? He used to do that to all the kids, yeah. And we used to think it was
That's it.
alive.
That's all I
yeah.
remember.
Yeah,
Anything else, Sharon?
Let me see. Just little teeny tidbits. Grandma just carrying her little purse. She
Never
always
went
had the
without
little
it.
purse, and
She always carried
it.
a lap so she wouldn't look so fat.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember her making strudel. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, the best. You won a
she made
contest.
the best
She did.
strudel.
She won a contest.
It was always delicious.
Did you ever sleep over? Spend the night at Grandma and Grandpa's?
I don't remember doing that.
What do you remember sleeping?
No, I don't. I remember Grandma singing, I Wanna Hold Your Hand when the Beatles. Beatles came on your hand. And all the aunts and Mom would laugh and laugh and laugh. And I remember she bought me my favorite doll. And to this day I remember the smell of opening up the box and this new rubber doll that was one of these realistic baby types. And I've never forgotten that. And I remember
It's a feeling that
it was like part of you. And I remember Grandpa loved red licorice, and Mom would scream at him because I guess it wasn't good for him.
Red licorice?
Red licorice or black licorice.
I
When at the end when he was
get
sick,
ulcers. Yeah.
he was sick, and he would chomp on him.
He had peanuts. He always had peanuts in his pocket. Come home from work with peanuts in his pocket.
Where did Belinda and Barry live? He's like goodbye to them.
I remember Grandma Dave used to tell stories all the time. I mean, I don't remember. There was some story he had with going in and out of ear and ear or something. I didn't understand the story, but I remember he used to sit down and people used to listen to him all the time. He used to have stories they used to tell.
Who, Grandpa?
Yeah.
Well, those were his army stories. When he was in the army. Those were the stories for hours.
I used to bring over $5 every time he came over to give to me.
He
Grandpa.
did?
Gave
He gave you $5? He never gave me a dime?
I was wondering if I should have said that. Yeah, he was generous.
$5?
Yeah.
He used to bring me pennies.
He had peanuts in his pocket.
Yeah,
all
always,
the time.
yeah, always.
You remember that?
Oh, Benny, thank you. You're welcome.
Just like Sparky Anderson and his
Yeah,
sunflower
peanuts in his
seeds.
pocket.
All the
Yes,
time.
yes.
That was
I remember that.
And
You
Al
know
used
what
to
else
love
Grandma
peanuts.
did? The one great thing
Yeah, that way.
is that Larry and I were dating.
they'd be all over the place.
Grandma was in the hospital. She had broken something. And she looked at me and she looked at Larry and she looked at me again. She said, "So, Wendy getting married?"
That was at the end, wasn't it?
I remember, no, that was when she had diabetes or something.
She was in the hospital from her hospital bed. She said that.
What year did she die?
I don't know, what year did she
Anybody
die?
know what year?
When did Kennedy
Oh,
die?
that's
You know what we forgot to talk about, Eva? Was Bubba.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in the nursing home.
No, well, she lived with us for a short while.
Yeah.
I didn't like her, I know that.
I didn't like her.
Who's
either.
Bubba?
She was my father's mother.
Oh, man.
We called her Bubba. And,
What was her, you don't remember her name then?
we told you, Rose, I think.
Oh, that, okay.
She was a troublemaker.
She didn't like, my mother.
She was a
They
troublemaker.
didn't get along too well. And she was mean and nasty, and she would never even look at me. She didn't even want anything to do with me.
Really? That was
Oh,
your grandmother?
Yeah, my darling grandmother.
My mother would be sick or something in the hospital or upstairs sick in bed, and she would wait until my father got home and complain about me not doing this and me not doing that.
She was a mean lady.
They're lazy. You got lazy kids. Oh, she was.
How did she have
I
such
like
a
her.
sweet daughter?
Belinda's named after her.
We have some action movies with grandma.
Oh, have you really?
Sarah.
Oh, I think that's it.
That's it.